everyone, 42 CEO back here with another video. Today we're in actually a little bit of uniform with the X-Man chain as well. Probably because we're talking about Ken Carson, but also we're in uniform too because I just had my Sirius XM interview with Rugrat, 1900 Rugrat. Yes, really good guy. Anyways, let's get into the topic of discussion today. Ken Carson, The Experiment, new album? What? Already? Hey, I'm not complaining. Ken, give it to us. Pause. But we want it, Ken. We definitely want it. So Ken Carson's been doing a lot lately, or at least specifically today, and that is teasing a new album. I really don't even know what to say, but let's just get into it. So we'll start from the beginning. This morning, right? Very, very early. I wake up at 8:30. I'm up early, right? 8:30. I see Mr. Ken Carson has some snippets on his Instagram from Gorecore, his Finsta. We'll check him out here, but yeah, out of nowhere. I'll just play him.
I'm in Detroit, scored 3 points, I feel like a piston. On the come down, I don't feel like this bitch gotta listen. What XP, tell that fight like bad shit. I got hoes running in that spot. I just throw it to my hand, yeah. She like, well, yeah, for that pistol, I got beat, she just never try.
Oh, I like this one a lot, by the way. Alright, so we got 2 new snippets, right? We'll talk about the feedback on that. Honestly, extremely, extremely negative. People were hating crazy, saying same old sound, we can't keep doing this, Ken. Ken Carson AGC was peak and that's it. It was insane. I was very surprised to see it. I felt like, honestly, the narrative had switched up on him. It was kind of very eye-opening because I realized, right, like Ken is maybe not as loved as I thought he was. Again, of course, every artist is going to have haters, but I was very, very surprised. So, you know, those snippets are out. People are talking about it. I, of course, posted it. Most comments were saying we're tired of him continuing with the same old sound. We want new Ken. Well, Ken Carson with a tweet this afternoon, about what, an hour ago? 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, saying The Experiment. And my initial thoughts on this tweet are, experiment. What could that mean? And my initial, where I was going with this was, it's about him experimenting with his sound. You know, people are telling him to experiment, so he's basically saying right here, I want to experiment. And I could be wrong in saying that, but that's honestly what I think it is about. I think he wants to experiment, and I think that he knows that's what fans want as well. Of course, with Ken Carson and, you know, other opium artists as well, you're not really going to get a straight-up answer. Like, this is the best you're going to get, I'll be honest. But, I mean, still, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's good, right, if he knows that we want him to experiment and all of that. Now, here's actually where it gets a little confusing, though, because we saw this tweet, right, which has now since been deleted. But Ken related, who's, I'd say, without definition, the best source ever, who also states that this was from Ken Carson himself, and I can trust that without a doubt, said, The Experiment, which is what Ken Carson tweeted, new album on the way. Basically is stating, again, that Ken Carson has a new album, and that new album is The Experiment. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. So, I mean, it sounds like Ken Carson's working on a new album that's going to be called The Experiment, or is experimental music, or is just something around that. And it seems like it's a whole new era for Ken Carson, which is very, very interesting. What I also noticed too, and I'm giving you guys a little sauce right here, promo sauce. I don't know if this is true or not, so it's all alleged. I'll just say that much. But I noticed all the big promo pages were posting, you know, Ken Carson, The Experiment, new album on the way. Exact same format, exact same time. And here's the kicker. They all had it a little bit delayed from Ken Carson's initial tweet. Normally those blog pages are extremely fast to Ken Carson news, right? The second Ken Carson tweets, you're going to get it up immediately. And even when Ken Carson related posted The Experiment, new album on the way, that was 10 minutes. They waited, and they all kind of posted around the same time, which to me, seems like they're waiting for, some promo to hit from the label, which means this is label backed, which means, again, Ken Carson, new album, The Experiment, it's basically confirmed. Now, in terms of drop date, yeah, it's going to be a while. He has a tour. We got to think about tour. Honestly, I thought we were getting deluxe too. This also could be a deluxe too. The Experiment could be like an experimental side of More Chaos or something. I really don't know. It could be EP. It could be three songs. I don't know. But it's interesting. And Ken Carson's active when I didn't expect him to be active. And I'm not complaining. I mean, right? I'm a fan. We all know this. You guys are fans too. I didn't expect him to be talking about new music already. Arena tour on the way? I mean, it's a good thing for sure. I'm hoping the fans don't switch up on him, because kind of starts to seem like it's leaning that way a little bit. But I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see. What are your guys' thoughts, though? Ken Carson, new music on the way. Are you excited? Do you want this to be new music? Do you want it to just be him talking about his sound? Do you think it's a deluxe? Do you think it's an EP? Or do you think it's a full-blown album? There's a lot of questions that will eventually get answered, just not now. Wanted to keep you guys updated, though. Ken Carson, he's working, that's for sure. I love you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check out all my other content. I'm on there daily. I appreciate you guys as always, and have a fantastic rest of your day.